I didn't know the woman destroying my marriage was already calling my husband my love. They say temptation doesn't knock loudly, it whispers. And before you realize it, your heart has already opened the door. After that night at the lounge, Michael told himself it meant nothing. Just a conversation, just a smile, just one evening. But the mind remembers what the heart pretends to forget. At work, Michael found himself checking his phone more often. And then one afternoon, a message appeared. "Good afternoon. Hope you're having a nice day." It was Rita. Michael stared at the screen for a long moment. He should have ignored it. He knew that. But he replied. From that day, the messages became frequent. Simple at first. Work talk, jokes, friendly greetings, nothing serious. Or so he told himself. At home, Grace noticed the change more clearly now. Michael smiled at his phone, but barely smiled at his children. He stayed awake late, typing quietly. And when Grace asked questions, his answers were short. "Who are you chatting with?" she asked one night, trying to sound casual. "Just someone from work," Michael replied quickly, locking his phone. Grace nodded, but her heart grew uneasy. A woman knows when another woman has entered her space, even before proof appears. Grace increased her prayers. She fasted. She spoke softly to her husband. She cooked his favorite meals. But Michael's distance only grew. Rita, on the other hand, listened. She laughed at his jokes. She told him he deserved happiness. She told him he was a good man who worked too hard. "You should relax more," she said one evening. "Life is short." Those words stayed with him. Soon, lunch breaks turned into meetings. Meetings turned into excuses, and excuses turned into lies. Michael began coming home late again. One night, Grace waited in silence, sitting alone in the living room. When Michael entered, she stood up slowly. "You said you'd be home early," she said. Michael sighed, irritated. "Grace, must you always complain? I'm tired." Those words cut deep. Grace returned to the bedroom quietly and cried herself to sleep. Days passed. The house that once echoed with laughter now felt heavy. The children noticed it too. "Daddy doesn't play with us anymore," Joy whispered to her mother. Grace pulled her close, forcing a smile she didn't feel. "He's just busy, my love." But in her heart, Grace was afraid. One afternoon, while doing laundry, Grace heard Michael's phone vibrate. She didn't plan to check it. She really didn't. But something pushed her. She picked up the phone and saw the message preview. "I miss you already." Grace's hands trembled. She didn't open the message. She didn't shout. She didn't confront him. She simply sat down and cried. That evening, Grace cooked dinner quietly. Michael ate without saying much. Finally, she spoke. "Michael, is there someone else?" The room went silent. Michael looked up, shocked, then angry. "How can you ask me that?" he snapped. "You're imagining things." Grace's eyes filled with tears. "I just want the truth." Michael stood up abruptly. "I'm tired of this house," he shouted and walked out. That night, Grace knelt beside her bed. "God," she whispered, "I don't want to lose my home. Please touch my husband's heart." Elsewhere, Rita smiled at her phone. "Is everything okay?" she typed. Michael replied, "I'm fine, just tired." And just like that, a wife prayed while another woman listened. But secrets never stay hidden forever, and the truth was already knocking. To be continued. If this spoke to you, comment "I choose my peace." Please like, share, and subscribe for more.